Right, here we go. Welcome everybody. I say everybody. There's probably only going to be one person watching this. Hello, Western. Season 6, League of the Extraordinary Investigators. Final scenario, Where the Gods Dwell. So I've got my chaos bag laid out there. So as you can see, there's nothing in my bag. If you're that interested, you can freeze frame it. Okay, right, got it laid out. I've removed the thingies that we're supposed to remove, the non-essential hiddens. I've done my deck upgrades. I wasted my money on drawing thins, and I remembered that I didn't like drawing thin. So I've swapped those out for a Relic Hunter, a Grizzly Totem level 3, and then I had 1 XP left to spend, so I've just stuck a butterfly effect in there just to try and hopefully get me out of a nasty skill test at one point. Okay, yeah, the logic with the Relic Hunter is that I could have my Grizzly Totem and the Rabbit's Foot at the same time. So, I'm laid out. I can't remember where I start. I think it's up here at the plateau. Admission time. I've done no practice runs. In fact, I've never played this scenario before. It's going to be great, isn't it? And I've just realised one of my screens is not showing correctly. Just bear with me. Good start. Bit of live editing. That's what we want. Right, that'll do. So if you've not watched my one streams before, I've got my little action tracker that I run in Excel here. Right, I think I'm there. Let me just double check that I do start at the plateau of Lang. You're going to have to put up with me doing silly voices at some point, which has to be done really. So sorry. Okay, so yeah, yeah, plateau of Lang. I put my Forsaken Towers out of the game. I've taken the Crawling Mist and the Myriad Forms out, the 4 Whispering Chaoses for the High Priest, and the being we're not supposed to talk about. I didn't even mention him, he's not even there. Right. Okay. Let's do this. Action 1. Well, now how about I draw my opening hand there? That would be a good start, wouldn't it? Yeah. Okay. As always, I get ahead of myself very, very quickly. So my opening hand is boom. A weakness. Great. Granny, Perception, Track Shoes, Dark Horse, Butterfly Effect. Okay, my initial thoughts are Butterfly Effect later. Dark Horse. This is the downside of taking your builds off the internet. I don't really get on with Dark Horse. I don't know. Track Shoes is, I don't think there's as much running around in this one. It's probably going to be more useful when I'm dodging around the towers later, I think. Perception is always good for an investigate. And keep the Granny, I think. So then, 3 more. Another weakness. Take heart. Look what I found. And a meat cleaver. Okay. There is my opening hand. So, action 1. I will pay 4 to get my granny out. Sounds like a euphemism. Probably ought to reveal the Plateau of Length as well. 1 clue, Shroud 3. And, again, getting ahead of myself, I probably ought to read the act and the agenda, especially with me never having played this before. Okay. Agenda 1A, the Eye of Chaos. I see you there playing with fate like it is all some sort of game. Did you really think you could escape my grasp? What makes you think you are the one in control? So we've got 7 doom to work through to get to the next agenda. Act 1A, journey through the cold wastes. You have come to the land of Leng, a barren icy wasteland where you believe the peak of unknown Kadath resides. All the while a presence taunts you, gnawing at your insides. It is a wordless, derisive voice that you cannot hear but feel within the confines of your mind. Okay. Yeah, of course I didn't mention I've got 2 mental trauma from my previous escapades. So, for my second action then, because I have already played a card, let's get investigating. I am a 2. Let's lob in perception. So we're 4 on a 3. 5 on a 3 thanks to the granny. Let's go for it. 5 on a 3, and my not really superstitious thing says this first token draw will also tell me how the game's going to go. What did I say? 2, 3, 4, 5 on a 3. Tablet is -4. And I don't have a Nyarlathotep in my hand, so that doesn't trigger. So I have failed by 2. That's right. Yep, failed by 2. I don't have a lucky or anything in my hand, so but I get an extra action anyway. Oh, and I must shuffle these into my deck. Luckily I haven't drawn yet, so it's not affected anything. Okay, third action. Seems a waste to commit. Look what I found here. I suppose I could have done that. Well, I couldn't because I haven't got enough resources to play it anyway. I could commit it for the 2 pips. Feels like a waste. Let's lob in a take heart and just do a flat 3 on a 3. 2 plus 1 from Granny on. 3 on a 3. Skull is -X. The current act is 1A. Granny on doesn't help because all she will do is tweak my failure and I will still fail. That's right, isn't it? So that's -1. I did 3 on a 3, so it's 2 on a 3. Take heart triggers anyway, so I get 2 cards and 2 resources. Another take heart and the rabbit's foot. And 1, 2 resources. But I do have an action 4 because I have failed test, and I will pay 1 for rabbit's foot. Okay. Right, no enemies in play. Nothing to ready, card and a resource. I get a lucky and another resource. Right, moving on to the Mythos phase. We put 1 doom on the agenda, so we're 1 out of 7. We draw my first encounter card, which is Mysterious Chanting. Place 2 Doom on the nearest cultist enemy. If there are no cultist enemies in play, search the encounter deck for 1 and draw it. Shuffle the encounter deck. So, let's see what we can find in here. Oh, should I have removed the Restless Journeys as well? It was all the non-essential hiddens, wasn't it? So I think I should have got rid of those. 2. They're not essential, are they? They just stop you committing. Good shuffling if they were all sat together. Right, so there's Liar with No Face, who is a cultist, another Liar with No Face, and another Liar with No Face. 4 Acolytes, or the Wizard of the Order. So, who am I going to pick? Well, Acolyte's going to be the easiest to get rid of. Spawn at any empty location. Wizard's going to continue accruing doom at the end of each phase, whereas Acolyte is a one-off. Yeah, I'll go with the Acolyte. So he spawns at any empty location. I'll pop him there, and he gets a doom on him. It was a small sacrifice. Okay, give myself a little bit more mouse room here. Right. Okay. Right. Action 1. We need to get this clue. I've got me lucky now, so I'll now investigate 3, 4. I'm going to commit Take Heart again. 4 on a 3. Not 4 on a 3, 3 on a 3. But I do have lucky in hand. 3 on a 3. Elder Sign. +1. 1 clue. Second action move. Let me think, hang on. Second action, we play a Meat Cleaver. 3 resources. Did I commit Take Heart? I didn't know, but I passed, so I lose that. Thinking if I go in there, he'll hit me for 1 physical, which actually isn't too bad because I've got 8. Yeah, let's go through it. I'll be slowing myself down otherwise. So Acolyte engages. That's my 3rd action. Don't get a 4th action. No enemy moves. Enemies attack. 1 physical. So just realised you can't see the bottom of my investigator tray there. There we go. Include 2 mental, 1 physical. Okay. Upkeep. Ready cards, nothing to ready. Card. I draw Scrounging for Supplies and a resource. Okay. Doom goes to 2, and we draw our encounter, which is a Liar with No Face. Now I'm regretting my previous action. Okay, so when he attacks you, if I have a Whispering Chaos, which I don't yet reveal it, and he does +2 damage. Right, okay. So I have my Meat Cleaver. The meat cleaver's bonus isn't going to trigger yet because I still have 6 sanity. But first of all, I will attack the acolyte. So I'm attacking with 3. I'm attacking with 4 on a 3. 4 on a 3, and I do have lucky. Actually, no, this is the upgraded Granny Orn. I could have passed that test earlier. Never mind. Okay, so I'm going with 3, 4. There's no need to take the bonus horror. 4 on a 3. Cultist, reveal another token. If you fail, place a doom. -2. So I failed by 1. When you would fail a skill test, exhaust Granny Orn and I get +1. So I now have not failed, I have passed. So that is death to the acolyte. That removes the doom. And because I killed an enemy with the meat cleaver, I can heal a horror. Action 2. Let's whack the liar with no face, I guess. Although I don't have Granny to help me out, but I do have lucky. Let's evade him first. He's not got to retaliate, but let's evade him first. I think. I don't know why. Evade 4 on a 3. Not brilliant. But again, I do have lucky. 4 on a 3. Let's put these back in, eh? Four on a 3. What did I get? I got a skull, which is -1. That's a pass. So the liar is exhausted here at the Cold Wastes. And now I will give him a quick punch while he's down with the meat cleaver. So that's 4 on a 3. 4 on a 3. I have got lucky. I've exhausted Granny though. 4 on a 3. -1. That's another pass. Grief. Right, so that is. Oh, I didn't take an extra horror to deal 2. That's what I meant to do. I say I did. You can penalise me for it if you want. So now I've done 2 damage to him. Okay, that's my 3rd action done. Don't get a 4th because all my tests passed. No enemies are conscious or attacking. We'll keep ready. So he re-engages. Granny readies. Card and a resource. I draw neither rain nor snow. Doom with 3 out of 7. And my encounter card. I did shuffle. I did shuffle. I was doing it on camera. Right. Action 1. Let's attack the liar with no face that is almost dead. I will take a horror to initiate the attack. I'll put it on. I'll put it on me. So we go in 3, 4, 5. Do I rely on lucky, or do I commit rain or snow? Let's use rain or snow, because I really want to get rid of this guy. So that is 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 on a 3. And I took a horror to take an extra damage, so 7 on a 3. skull, -1. That's a pass. Because that defeats him, I heal that horror off again. One of the liars is gone. Second action. We attack the liar with, no, we evade the liar with no face, because then if it all goes wrong, at least he's not going to get me. So that's 4 against a 3. 4 against a 3. Skull again, -1. That is another pass. So he is exhausted. That's my second action, and my third action. I haven't revealed this location. I could have. Right, I haven't revealed a token while investigating because I haven't investigated yet, so I've not missed any damage or lost actions there. Or do I? So do I investigate while he's down to get the act moving? Or do I deal with him? I think I need to deal with him. Let's get another attack in with the meat cleaver. I'll take a horror to boost it again. Granny can have this one because I'm not going to heal. So that is 3, 4, 4 and a 3. We're doing +1 damage. 4 and a 3, 0. That's 2 damage. The liar. That was my third action. I don't get a fourth action because amazingly I passed all my tests again. No enemies to move, no enemies to attack. Cards ready, so he re-engages. Meat. I don't know why I exhausted meat cleaver. Card and a resource. I get winging it. Hello Jeff, and I get resource. Doom. We're at 4 out of 7. Need to get moving. Encounter card. It's another lie with no face, isn't it? No. Whispers of Hypnos. Choose a skill. For the remainder of the round I get -2 to that chosen skill. So I will choose head. What can I do to remind myself? It's -2, so it's blank effectively. Got nothing small enough to cover it up with. I'm trying to cover it up with an invalid key. There you go. Right. Okay, so it's -2 for the entire round. Right, action 1, we hit the liar with no face as hard as we can. So that's 3, 4, take a horror from the meat cleaver to make it a 2. So it's 4 versus 3. I do have lucky in hand, and I have got the granny, so hopefully 4 and a 3. I've got the tools to deal with it. 4 and a 3. Skull again. -1. That's a pass. This liar is also dead. I heal that horror thanks to the meat cleaver. Second action, we investigate. I am at, I've covered the wrong one up, so that. So it wasn't so difficult after all. I'm at a 1 head rather than 2. Okay, so let's investigate. I am at 2, 3. I've got lucky. And I also have looked what I found. And I've got Granny, so 2, 3 on a 2, 0. This is going very wrong. When I say wrong, I mean it's going quite easily. Right, so that was my second action. I will advance the act for 2 clues. Traversing the wastes of Leng is no easy task. The cold bites at your skin, the bitter winds lash against your face. Even if you encounter no nameless monsters, the land may still yet claim your life. You try desperately to stay warm, but there's no refuge in the icy desolation. Exhausted, you collapse into a nearby snowdrift, and to your surprise, you feel hard stone thrust into your ribcage. The pain shocks you out of your enervation, and you brush aside the snow to examine what it hides. Eventually, you uncover a curious stone idol in the shape of a horned creature which glows and vibrates with faint energy. In the distance you hear a stone slab shifting in the snow. Reveal Monastery of Leng. Spawn the set-aside High Priest not to be described in the Monastery of Leng. So he's 5, he's 3, he's 3, and I have to spend 1 clue to stun him. I could spend a clue to maneuver him closer, and a clue to stun him, which I can only do when he's exhausted. And I can't remember what benefit that gives you on Act 2A, not 2B. So if I defeat, it's just text, isn't it? It's not. It's just story text. Okay, so it's basically giving me the option of not having to fight him because he is a 5 fight, and I am only a 3, maybe a 4 with the cleaver. But he has 3 health. Right, so I've got my third action. I don't really want to go in there and let him start kicking me. I've got scrounge for supplies. Have I got anything in here worth grabbing back? It's a level 0 card in my discard pile. Got neither rain nor snow. I'd be tempted to play scrounge for supplies to get. Was that rid of a waste, just getting an event or a skill back? I mean, I've got to look what I found, which will be useful there to get those clues. So I need to make sure whatever I'm doing, I'm keeping 2 resources back for look what I found. Okay. Let's third action. Third action, I'm going to scrounge for supplies and get neither rain nor snow back. There's nothing on there that says it has to be. No, I can't get neither rain nor snow back because it's not a level 0 card. It's no level because it's an investigator card. So it would either have to be take, heart, or perception. Don't really want any of those back. I'm going to draw. Another scratch with some blocks. That's typical, isn't it? Right, no action 4 because I didn't fail. No enemies in play. No enemies attack. Nothing to ready. Card and a resource, and I draw 3rd times a charm. Fast play when a skill at your location begins. Twice you may reveal a scale token, cancel it, and return it to the bag and reveal a new one. So that's what I need if I've got a really important test and I do not want to fail it. That gives me options. And the resource, don't forget the resource, Kev. That goes away now because Whispers of Hypnosis until the end of the round. Doom at 5 out of 7. And how many acts then? 3? There is 3. Okay, and now encounter card, it's going to be another enemy, isn't it? Dreamer's Curse, test head of 5. For each point you fail by, take a damage up to a maximum of 3. Book, fist and evade count as matching items, and head and wild count as 2. Well, I only have look what I found. Not getting committing. Look what I found. Seems a waste to do 3rd times a charm. Granny and Rabbit will give me a bonus. Anyway, test head of 3. I'm at 4 thanks to Granny. I could boost it to 5, 6, 7 by committing 3rd times a charm. I could then use Scrounge by Supplies to get it back, but that does waste a turn. I might do that actually, just to try and prevent the damage. Let's commit that, so I get +2 for the head and then +1 each for the fisty and the footy. So it puts me on a 3, +1 from Granny for 5, 6, 7, 8 on a 5. 8 on a 5. Oh, you are kidding me. Okay, nobody's going to help me with that. Right, well, I'll exhaust Rabbit's Foot to draw a card. Get a resourceful. So I now have to take 3 damage. Nice. That puts me on 4 damage, 2 horror. Okay, lovely. Nice card. Okay, action 1. Oh, I've got to move as well, haven't I? I'm not going to get it all done. Action 1. Move. Action 2. Evade. My evasion is 4. If I commit resourceful to make it 5. 5 on a 3. Tablet is -4. So 5, that puts me down to a 1. 1 on a 3. 1 on a 3. I will pay 1 for lucky to +2 that. So I've passed. He's exhausted. Resourceful lets me claw back a survivor card. So I'm better off pulling back. I think I'll pull back 3rd times a charm. Okay, so that was my 2nd action. And my 3rd action is going to be to try and scoop up those 2 clues. I'm at 3 on a 3. 3 on a 3. Oh, let's put that back. 3 on a 3. Skull -1, so that's 2 on a 3. I'll exhaust Granny Arm 1 to get a +1, so that's a 3. No, what am I doing? What am I doing? Don't want to do that. I played, that was a score, wasn't it? Which is -1, so that's 2 on a 3. I have failed by 1. I will pay 2 for look what I found, because I failed by 2 or less. Discover 2 clues, which I forgot to put out. 1, 2. Now, have I got a player window here to trigger both of those? I need to double check the rules reference. Come on, where are you? The investigation phase. I have a player window at the start. There's a player in at the start of the enemy phase. But I did just do a skill test. Is there one during the skill test? Or at the end of the skill test, should I say? No, it's after you commit cards. So I don't have a window to trigger that until... Well, I can trigger it in the enemy phase, can't I believe. It says there's a player window. Enemy phase begins, 1 to enemies move, then there is a player window. Next, the investigator resolves engaged enemy attacks. Well, I'm sure I'll get corrected if I can't do this, but anyway, I will spend 1 clue to maneuver the priest closer, and then because he is exhausted, I will spend 1 clue to stun the priest. If we maneuver the priest closer and oh, that's an action. So that's an action at the start of my next turn then, isn't it? Okay. Right. So I don't have any actions left here. That means I'm going to have to evade him again though, doesn't it? Well, if I'll do the spending now while he is exhausted, so then I have done the 2 tasks, but I just can't do the action that is a result of those 2 tasks at the next. I don't know, reading that as it, we can maneuver him closer and then stun him. We only stun him while he's exhausted. I think it works, but hopefully it's not too much of a penalty. So I've played the actions, the clues to do the 2 free triggers to maneuver him closer and stun him. Actually, I have an extra action anyway because I failed the skill test on the investigation. So for my 3rd action, I will trigger my 4th action. I will trigger the action here to defeat the High Priest. Of course I did. I failed the investigation and used look what I found to get the clues, which gives me a 4th action. Right, so I defeated him using the ability, despite your fear, or perhaps as a result you discover a means to escape the creature's grasp. With it distracted, you shove with all your might and it topples into the gaping well in the centre of the room, letting out a hideous screech in its wake. With the monster dispatched, you can explore its monastery in relative peace. Along the ruined walls of the stone building, tapestries depict the history of this land, a history of blood and suffering that you have no desire to remember when all of this is said and done. Great snow-capped peaks loom over each of these scenes. In just one of them, a castle is woven in black thread. So we're moving on to Act 3A, Beyond Dreams. You believe Kadath is the highest peak far to the north, but in order to open the gates to that Forsaken Land, you must prove that it exists. So now we need to get to the Onyx Gates. And there are no clues on it. Okay. Right. No enemies in play because I've chucked him down a well. Ready cards. Card and a resource. Trap shoes. And a resource. Ooh. Doom. We're at 6 out of 7. And my encounter card is Somniphobia. Test head of 5. For each point you fail by, take a horror. Up to a maximum of 5. Right now. So my head is 3, plus 1 from the granny, 4. I don't want to fail this because I'm already at 2. I don't want to take 3 more horror in one go if I can help it. That should have been a 3. I just accidentally meant. Let's do third. Do I commit third time's a charm to pass it, or do I play third time's a charm to hopefully pass it on my third attempt? Well, I'm not going to do that, am I? Because it's only a 3, 4 against a 5. So I will commit third time's a charm to pass it. Again, head counts as 2. They count as 1 each. That's a plus 4. So I'm at 3, 4, 8 on a 5. 8 on a 5. Tablet is -4, so I failed by 1. Exhaust Granny on to get a +1, so that passes. Or do I not exhaust Granny on? Take a single horror, so that I've got her on my next turn. I think I'll do that actually. I'll take a single horror. On the granny. I'll take a horror on the granny. Okay. That was Doom and Encounter dealt with. Action 1. I need to get to the Onyx Gate. So we move for 1. We move for 1 more. Okay, Onyx Gates gets +1 shroud per investigator. Check the campaign log, remove a clue for each. Oh no, this is going to be bad. I think I have hardly any evidence. Okay, let's check this out. Campaigns. Back. Campaign log. Evidence of Kadath 3. So it's 3, 6, 9 clues to find. Oh wow. Okay. So yeah, that's done at right hand. There's 12. I've got 3 evidence of Kadath, so I remove 3. That leaves 9. Guess what I'm doing? So my third action, I'll do a secret investigate and get one of those clues hopefully. Right. Let's play winging it for 1. At least knock the shroud down by 1, and then I'll get a benefit from it in a minute. So that's now a shroud of 1 because it is a +1 shroud per investigator. I'm going to stick a 2 there so I don't forget. So I'm investigating 2, 3. 3 on a 2. Not very good, is it? 3 on a 2. But Granny might help. 3 on a 2, -1. That's still a pass. So I get 1 of those clues. It goes to 1, 2. And I get 1. That was my third action. I passed all my tests, so I don't get the 4th. We don't have any enemies in play. Upkeep, card. I didn't exhaust it. Now I've played a card. And a resource. Doom. We're at 7, so the agenda advances. Do not try to run now, you are mine, you will never ever wake up. If it is Act 4, read the following, it is not Act 4. Agenda 2A, the shape of chaos. Why do you fight? Why do you flee? I am your future, I am your fate. Another mask for my collection, another corpse for me to wear. Okay, encounter. We have Abandoned by the Gods. Peril, test head of 3. For each point you fail by, choose a different number. My head is 4. And we agreed in the Discord chat that you are allowed to name a cost of card you don't own. So I'm going... Which actually means there's no negative, isn't it? Of failing it. Well, anyway. 3, 4, 4 on a 3, and I draw a +1, so I passed it anyway. It's a moot point. Okay, action 1. I think I might investigate. I'm going to play Winging It from my discard pile, which you can. Costs 1. Gets -1 shroud again, so that brings it down to 1. So it's 2, 3 on a 1. 3 on a 1. Nobody can help me with that. And I played it from my discard pile. It goes into my deck. Okay, that was action 1. I have failed an action, a test, so I do get my bonus action. Action 2, shall we investigate? Shall we investigate? Yeah, I think we investigate. Three on a 2. -1 on the pass. I am going to be here all day. Action 3, shall we investigate? Oh, shall we? 3 on a 2. Actually, let me think about this. Have I got any tech in here that will get me more than 1? I might as well get a look what I found back again, hadn't I? To at least be able to get 2. But if it's costing me an action to get that back, and then it's not really gaining me anything, is it? Because I could get 2 clues in 2 actions. But it is worth having for, like I just had where I failed. So yeah, let's play Scrounging for Supplies for 0 and get, look what I found, back into my hand. That was my 3rd action, then my 4th action. Let's just do an investigate. 300. I haven't got the cash to pay for look what I found, but I've still got Granny on, so that's 3. 3 on a 2, -1. So that's 3. Clues. Right, no enemies in play. Ready cards, nothing to ready. Card and a resource. I draw False Awakening, put it next to the agenda deck with a Doom on it. As an action, I can test any skill which gets +1 per investigator difficulty, and if I succeed, remove it. Mustn't forget my resource, so at least I can then afford look what I found. Doom on the agenda. That's another 1. There. Now we're 2 out of 5. Encounter. I draw. I shouldn't have shuffled the thing into the deck, should I? No. Mysterious chanting. Place 2 doom on the nearest cultist. If there isn't one, go and find one. Let's take the acolyte out. So I'll get the acolyte. Oh, but he spawns at any empty location. But he does get a doom on him. I guess I can put him in the Onyx Castle. I'll put him in the Onyx Castle. Probably a mistake. So now we've got 3 doom in play thanks to that little move. Right, action 1. Let's investigate. 2, 3. 3 and a 2. -1. Fail. No, that's a pass. 3 and a 2. That's a pass by 1. And 1 from me. Action 2. Investigate. 3 and a 2. -3. So I've failed by 2. I will pay 2 for look what I found. And discover 2 clues at my location. That's 2 more, so I'll flip that to a 3. We're getting there, we're getting there. Okay, action 3. So I have got that was a failed test, so I do have an extra action. Let's investigate again. 3 on a 2. Elder sign. Taking 1 clue. Oh, I didn't take the 3 out. Shall I redo that? Shall I redo that test because I wasn't drawing from a full chaos bag. 3 on a 2. Tablet is a -4, so I failed. Okay. Was that my 4th action? I investigated and failed and used look what I found. I investigated and succeeded. I investigated and failed again, so I think I've only had 3 actions. $0.25 penalty coming up. Action 4. -2 now. So I failed anyway, so it made no difference. Okay. No hunter enemies in play, no one to attack. Ready cards, card and a resource. Old key ring. And a resource. Doom. That flips to 2, so now we're at 4 out of 5. So if I don't do something about these 2 enemies, we are advancing next round. Not 2 enemies, 2 things. Encounter card, which might delay me dealing with it anyway. Somniphobia, test head of 5. My head is 2, no 3, 4. I'm going to commit neither rain nor snow. Oh no, that seems a bit overkill. That does a 6 to it, and that'll be a 10. 10 on a 5. Let's do it. 10 on a 5. Tablet is a -4. Good job I did that. Pass by 1. Boom. Action 1. Think. I'll investigate. Can't afford. Look what I found. I've not got anything else in here that will get me 2 clues, have I? I've only got winging it, and that is in there somewhere. Let's just investigate then. 3. No, 2, 3. 3 and a 2. Skull is -2, failed by 1. Use Granny Orm to boost it by 1. So that is 2 on a 2. That's a pass. First action passed. Second action. 3 on a 2. +1. That's a pass. Third action. 3 on a 2. Pass. This bag is being uncharacteristically kind to me. Right, so if each investigator is at the Onyx gates and no clues are on it, advance. Where the gods dwell. Each investigator loses all their clues. All that hard work. Read the interlude, Grand Design. Where are we? Grand Design. Higher and higher you scale the mountains, far to the north, pale light shines from atop a great black peak. It's been on an hour since the snow-covered slopes. I'm sorry, nobody wants to hear me read all of this. Place is abandoned. Virgil agape. I don't understand. Reveal the Onyx Castle and place each investigator in the Great Hall on this revealed side. Remove each location other than. That's where I should have put him over here then, shouldn't I? I was hoping that whatever happened with the Great Hall discarded the enemies, but never mind. That's how I played it. That's how I deal with it. So all the other locations go away. Check the campaign notes if Randolph survived the voyage. Cross. Just then a voice behind you breaks the silence. You have come to see the Great Ones, upon whom it is unlawful for the mortals to look. The voice belongs to a tall, thin figure. One of the gods who dwells in the castle, Virgil asks. Why is this place so dark and lonely? Okay, it's not on my side. Randomly choose to put a +1 investigator. So this is where I put all of the N words. Let's get the right highway. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 N's. Crawling mist, myriad forms, and the whispering chaos, and the discard pile. All get shuffled into the deck. As it goes, I will be happy to get a single. Anything more than 1 is a bonus as far as I'm concerned, given how I've played in the league so far, and given that I've never played this scenario before. that is our encounter deck done. Right, so now I shuffle the Forsaken Towers. In fact, let's do them a little bit of a shuffling, and then I'll lay them out and let the dice choose, so I can't be accused of manipulating. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I'll just lay them out: north, east, south, west. So north is going to be card number 2. East is going to be card number 3. South is going to be card number 3, already used it. Card number 2, already used it. Card number 2, already used it. This is getting silly. Card number 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then west is going to be, we want a 1, a 4, or 6. 6. So those two go away. Let's do a bit of tidying. So we've got north, east, south, and west. There we are. Now, as I understand it, there is an action at each north, east, south, or west that you can only trigger by having the relevant Whispering Chaos. You collect those into your hand. You collect N guys into your hand, and I've got a cold coffee. Cold coffee. Okay. So now I progress to Truth and Lies. Beware, for I am the one who has trapped you here, and you shall never leave. Your dreams are forever mine. I can spend a clue to look at the top 3 cards of the encounter deck, draw one of each of those cards with the hidden keyword, and discard the rest. I need to find and expose Nyarlathotep's true form by adding copies of Nyarlathotep to the victory display. If 1 + 1 copies are in the victory display, advance. Well, that's the bit that doesn't trigger here because we've got all 5 in there. 1 + 1 per investigator is how many you were putting in the deck, if I remember right. So, I am now here. I have an Acolyte to deal with. I have a False Awakening to deal with. I have 1 action left. I took 3 actions, didn't I, to get the 3 clues, so I have no actions left because all of those passed. Which means I've not dealt with these 2, which means the agenda's going to advance. Okay. No enemies to move, but I do get attacked 1 of physical. Five out of 8. I'm feeling a little bit ropey. Ready cards, card and a resource. I draw Grizzly Totem, yes please, and 1 resource. Doom advances, so all of that goes away. And that would have gone anyway because the agenda advanced. Okay, so agenda 2. Yes, read on my puppet. This will be your last dream, your final reprieve. Then I shall take the rest for myself. If it is Act 4, it is now. Place clues on each Forsaken Tower location until it has clues equal to its clue value and none are revealed. Reveal each N in each hand. If you cannot, I don't have one. This is really bad timing. I must either take a damage or a horror. I will take a horror. Give that one to a 3. You can't quite see there because it's slightly out of focus, but okay, so the end stuff doesn't trigger. Now we're on agenda 3. I only have 5 turns. That's quite bad timing. That is. I think I scuppered myself with the Acolyte, didn't I? Okay, and I've still got to draw my encounter. I draw Whispers of Hypnos, Choose a skill, get -2 for the rest of this turn. I choose... Ooh, what do I choose? I think I choose evade. Do I choose evade? I do want to punch this guy. I'm only punching him with a 4. So anyway, yeah, I drop my evade down to 2. That action 1. Let's punch the acolyte in the mush. Right. So my fight is 3, +1 for the meat cleaver. I'm not going insane yet, so I don't get the bonus. I don't need the bonus damage because he's only got 1 health. So that is 3, 4, 4 against a 3. Anything I can do to boost it? No. 4 against a 3. Minus the current act, which is 4, so that's 0 against a 3. Granny can't help me here. I'll exhaust Rabbit's foot and draw a card, and it's the 13th division, so now I fail ties. Action 2. Punch him again. 3, 4. 4 on a 3. I haven't used Granny though, so I've got that. 4 on a 3, 0, so that's a pass. So the acolyte is out of here. And for my third action, let's move. Let's go north. 4 shroud, 1 clue. I did fail a test, so I do have a 4th action. Let's pay 1. My best to pay. Am I going to get more benefit out of the keyring or the totem? I'll get the totem because I can pay for the keyring on my next turn. Well, I suppose yeah, it works the same either way, doesn't it? The totem was more likely to be able to help me out during the mythos phase. So I paid that, put that out, and in case I have got Relic Hunter, so I am allowed more than 1 accessory. Okay, that is all my actions done. No enemies in play. Ready cards, card and a resource. Another Rabbit's foot, and a resource. Doom. We are at 1 out of 5. And an encounter. I draw the Dreamer's Curse. Test head of 5. For each point you fail by, take a damage up to a maximum of 3. So that is no longer in play because that's only till the end of the round. I am failing ties. So I am testing head of 5. My head is 3 +1 thanks to Granny, 4. I'll lob the spare rabbits put in because that's so wild. That's a +2, so that puts me on 6. Is that right? 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 on a 5. There's nothing else I can. Well, I could commit track shoes. Yeah, 6 on a 5. Let's say 7 on a 5. 7 on a 5, and I draw a 0, so I've passed. I didn't have to commit track shoes, did I? I could have doubled up with Grizzly Totem. Never mind. Action 1. Play 1 for the old keyring. That goes into my second hand slot. Get my fancy key tokens out. 2 keys. That's a 2. You can't actually see that, can you? got a number 2 on it. What do you want? To make it more obvious, let's do it that way around then, shall we? 1 and a 1. Right, action 1. Oh no, not action. That was action 1, playing the keyring. Action 2. Is there anything in is there anything I want to get back? Look, what I found won't be any use at the moment. Lucky is always helpful. Not that I've got the money to pay for it anyway. I could get resourceful back actually, which will both boost a test and then get me a card. Yeah, let's let's second action, let's play scrounge for supplies and get resourceful back into my hand. So my hand is now just resourceful. Third action, let's investigate. I will commit resourceful. I'll investigate using a keyring. That brings that shroud down to 2. So I'm now investigating with a 2, 3, 3 on a 2, 4 on a 2, but I've failed ties. This doesn't feel good. Oh well, 4 on a 2. I'm committing resourceful by the way. 4 on a 2. Failing ties, -1. I'll exhaust Granny on to +1 it, so that is equal. I get 1 clue. Second, with my 3 actions, I passed that test by using Granny on, didn't I? Yeah, so I don't have any spare actions. That wasn't a tie, was it? What did I draw? I can't remember what I drew. I was 2, 3, 4 on a 2. I think I drew a -1, didn't I? So I was alright. I think I'm alright. Okay. So resourceful, because I passed the test eventually, I get to pull something back. I will bring back... Oh, what do you reckon? 3rd time's a charm, or look what I found. Can't remember whether any of these have got 2 clues. I don't think they do. I think I could bring about 3rd time's a charm actually. No, I don't, because... Oh yeah, I can. It's not a level 0 card I have to bring back. It's just a survivor card. Okay. So that's my actions done. No enemies in play. Ready cards. There you go, Granny. Card and a resource. I get a Derringer. A resource. Doom flips to 2 out of 5. We draw an encounter card, and it is the Crawling Mist. He is a hunter. He is massive. Well, I think this is it, isn't it? I'm going out. Increase the difficulty for you to attack or evade by 1 for each card in your hand with an encountered card back. Well, I don't have any at the moment, which is good. Okay, so action 1. I hit the goal. I hit the mist with a meat cleaver. So that is 3, 4. So it's 4 on a 3. 4 on a 3. let's exhaust. I keep forgetting rabbits for. Let's exhaust the grizzly. I'll commit the derringer. So that's 5. So that's 3, 4, 5. Exhausting grizzly totem. Double that up to a 6. 6 on a 3. Get more value out of the derringer though, won't I? Do I evade him then? This is my first action. Right, I'm going to pay. I'm going to pay 1 to evade him, but use 3rd time's a charm to make sure I pass the test. So I can cancel the chaos token, return it to the bag, and reveal a new one. So attempt 1. I am evading at 4. That's it, 4. 4 on a 3. Well, I'll take the first one I get, okay. This chaos bag is being too good to me. So he's evaded. Here. Oh, I now can't afford to pay the derringer, which is... That's what I was... Never mind. Right, well, I'll spend 2 actions to get rid of the 13th vision. So, no action 4. No hunter enemies to move or attack. He readies and re-engages. Doom goes to 3 out of 5. I'm not getting anything out of this, am I? Counter card. Whispering Chaos North. Right, so now the Crawling Mist has now suddenly got 1 harder. At least I am at the north though, so I can choose and reveal an end from my hand and test head. Ooh. And get that guy sorted. Okay. Action 1. I need to evade the Mist again, but he's now a 4. I've only got 2 rounds to do this in. I just want to get 1. I just want to get 1. Right, let's evade him. 4. No boosts. Let's lob in the derringer and exhaust Grizzly Totem. So I'm now doing 4, 5, 6 on a 4. And I did spend that keyring key, didn't I? Because my investigation was successful. 6 on a 4. Minus 4. Failed by 2. The skill test fails, so I can return that card to my hand. Exhaust Rabbit's Foot, so I gain a card out of it. Try again. And I haven't got any other manipulation I can do on that failed test, have I? No. So Granny on changing it by 1 isn't going to make any difference. Okay, so I failed. That was my second action. My third action, I now can no longer use Grizzly. I've got no money to pay either of those cards. If I evade him again, it'll be a flat 4 on a 4. Let's commit Derringer to it to make it 5 on a 4. 5 on a 4. Skull minus 4. Fail. Okay, third action. Four on a 4 evade. Skull, failed again. And my bonus fourth action. 4 on a 4 evade. -2, so that's Granny can't tell me that. Right. So he attacks me for 1 of each. So that puts me on to 6 physical. 4 mental. At least I'm getting close to my keyring meat cleaver trigger. He doesn't move. He has he's attacked me. Ready cards. Card and a resource. I get another rain or snow and a resource. Doom. We're at 4 out of 5. Come on. Give me an N word. You've not given me an N word. Myriad forms. If 1 or more N are in your hand, reveal them. But there aren't. And he's not in play. So we gain search. Same again. Whisper of Hypnos. Choose a skill. I will choose. Don't want to draw. Choose head. I'll choose book. Book is 0. Book is 0, so I'll try and cover it up with that. And my encounter card. That was my encounter card, what am I thinking? Right, action 1. I need to evade the crawling mist. I'll commit neither rain nor snow. That puts me on 4, 7, 8. So let's just go with 7. I'll keep the grizzly totem. 7 on a 4. -2, that's a pass. The mist is exhausted. Do I want to just give him a smack while he's down? And a fight of 3, 4. 4 against a 4. Is it worth it? Just to try and get some health off him. Got nothing to commit to it though. Shall I do the? No, it's spend a clue to look at the top 3 cards of the encounter deck. This is an action, so this is mine. Let me get this right. So first action was evade. Second, did I fail an evade? Don't think I did. Right, so I'm spending an action to look at the top 3 cards of the encounter deck, and if any of them are hidden, I draw them. I get 1. Okay. Discard the rest. Right, so let me just make sure I know what I'm doing now. So it's an action to choose and reveal from my hand and test head of X, where X is his health, which is 5, unfortunately. Test head of 5. If you succeed, add him to the victory display. Head of 5, okay. So I don't think I failed any tests, so I don't get the extra action. No enemies in play. That goes away because it's the end of the round. Ready cards, card and a resource. I've got a feeling I've missed an. I have missed an action. I evaded the crawling mist. I used an action to trigger that. I think, I hope I'm not wrong, I think I have 1 action left to at least have a stab at getting gnarly. So I choose and reveal a gnarly. Because I committed neither rain nor snow to the evade attempt, didn't I? So I reveal Gnarly. He is a health of 5. I reveal Whispering Chaos to use that ability. So it's test of 5. I am 4 against a 5. I can commit try and try again to make it 4, 5, 6 against a 5. I'll exhaust Grizzly Totem to double that. 7, 8 against a 5. 8 against a 5, and I've got Granny to plus or minus 1 it. 8 against a 5. Minus 1. I got a Gnarly. I got a Gnarly. I think I'm happy with that. I have a Gnarly, and I think I might have. I don't think I took an extra action there. I'm sure Wester will sort me out. Right, so no enemies are conscious. Ready cards. Card and a resource. I'm going to have to watch this back myself just to make sure I haven't cheated inadvertently. I don't think I did. I'm sure that turn started and I just evaded him straight away. Never mind. Right. Ready cards. Card and a resource. Doom goes to 5. And I die, I believe. Yeah, defeated and driven insane. So hopefully that wasn't a massive cheat at the end there, thanks to my appalling memory despite my on-screen trackers and stuff. I've got a Nyarlathotep. That's 2 victory points, which is more than I was hoping for given that I've never played this scenario before. Okay. Well, thank you very much for watching. We now need to start planning Season 7, whatever that might be. Thank you for your time. And see you next time. Bye.